Hey everyone, John here! And Super Mario Galaxy 2 on the Switch 2 has just received an update that fixes a pretty huge visual bug, while also adding a random new chapter to Rosalina's Storybook. But first, I want to go over some of the things that it didn't fix, because there were other issues with the game scaling to HD. And one pretty big one that's been there since 3D All-Stars is color banding. So if you look at the Lumas over here, you can see that on Wii, their glow is quite a convincing effect, like it's radiating from the Luma. Whereas on Switch and Switch 2, you get these visible circles which do kind of break the effect and make it seem like less of a glow, and more like there are just small circles radiating from the Lumas. And they have not fixed this. This is the exact same on patch 1 and patch 2. This is most obvious on a black background and isn't exclusive to Lumas, other things have this effect too. But Lumas are all over the place, and it's very easy to spot. The next thing I wanted to check is the depth of field on the stage selection screen, because on Wii, you get a proper, blurry depth of field, whereas on Switch and Switch 2, you get more of a checkerboarding effect. While this is a fairly minor thing, as there isn't much depth of field in Mario Galaxy, it is a broken effect and is something I wanted to see if they fixed, and they did not. The effect is still more checkerboardy on Switch and Switch 2 than it is on Wii, which delivers a very convincing blur. So this is the exact same between the last patch and this patch. And then the last thing, of course, is the tree in Tall Trunk Galaxy. Did they fix this? Well, compared to the previous patch, this is a pretty remarkable difference. Things used to look entirely broken, with checkerboarding all over the place and the effect clearly just not working as intended. And while they have improved it, if you put it side by side with Wii, I don't think it's as convincing as it could be. There's too much light bleeding through on the tree, and it's especially obvious when you go underneath the planet, and you can see it kind of clipping through places where it shouldn't be clipping through. So while it's better, and it's definitely less distracting than it used to be, I wouldn't say they entirely fixed it. There's still some progress to be made here. However, this was the most broken and glaring effect in the game, and it's great to see some kind of remedy to improve it. So there's definitely still room to improve Galaxy 2, but the most glaring, broken effect has been remedied for the most part, and that's cool. Now the other thing, they added an entirely new chapter to the storybook, and I thought, why not read it? Let's read it together. Come on everybody, put your PJs on. That night, the Lady of the Shooting Stars had a premonition that a new star would soon be born. Usually, on an occasion like this, she would invite a crowd of Lumas to the kitchen to celebrate, but this time, she decided to wait in the garden alone. In the grassy field below the night sky, only the sound of wind could be heard. Sitting there reminded her of the first time she spied the hill through her telescope. In the garden, she could take through her surroundings with a peaceful heart. On this night, she spotted two streaks of light in the inky sky. Looking more closely through her telescope, she saw that one was blue and flying like an arrow. Chasing it was a purple light. The two lights never touched, nor did they part. In fact, it looked like they were playing. The two lights began circling each other gleefully, as if they were dancing. Their pace got faster and faster, and their lights grew brighter and brighter, until with one burst they transformed into two suns. The twin stars continued to circle each other, bathing the garden with warm sunlight. As the sky turned blue, the sound of the wind seemed to turn into a waltz. "Hello, new stars. It's nice to see you." A starbit fell from her eye, and also, "Welcome back." Then she heard a voice down by her feet. "Don't cry, okay? Your mother's waiting for your tears to dry." The lady kept her gaze upon the sky. "I know, but these newborn stars are so beautiful. It's hard not to be moved. Their light is so new and bright, and they're pulling each other together so strongly. Their orbit ensures they'll never part." She wiped a starbit from her eye. They each found their special someone. "But when will I meet my special someone?" the girl asked sadly. The lady's voice was kind. "The strongest force in the universe is a heart that never gives up." The girl regained her brightness and gripped the lady's hand. "Yes, I think that's how we must be." The lady squeezed the girl's hand in return. And with that, the Lady of the Shooting Stars went back inside, where she was met with a great number of loomers in the bedroom, awaiting a bedtime story from their mama. Ever since that day, the sun's light fills the garden, and it's said that the wind whistles through the meadow to the tune of a waltz. And that, my fellas, is the brand new chapter and the last chapter in the Rosalina storybook. Of course, that's continuing from the previous chapters, and if you've not read those, you probably should, because there are parts of the context in that story that belong to those chapters, and they're really good anyway. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. The improvements to the visuals are very much appreciated, although I still think they can go further, and that new chapter is incredibly unexpected and very cool and heartwarming. And we will catch you next time. Bye-bye, everyone.